G'day guys, and welcome to the Centre Bounce, where today we'll be talking about James Harmes moving across from the Melbourne Demons to the Western Bulldogs. This is the Watchlist. James Harmes is a 28-year-old, 185cm, 85kg defensive midfielder who has played 152 games for his career. We say that he is a defensive midfielder because of the way that he likes to go about playing his football. He's had a slow start to his career. Despite being drafted in the rookie draft of 2014, it took him until 2016 to become a regular member of the team. Part of the reason why was because he actually suffered a punctured lung in 2014, and that saw him miss the second half of the VFL in that season. He had played exclusively in the VFL in the first half of that season, and that makes perfect sense because the Melbourne Demons had quite a few other good players running through the midfield at that point in time. Now you look at the way he plays the game, he is a tough player and he plays it in a tough side. He's consistently rated high in pressure acts and tackles when you look at his statistics over the years. And to be quite frank, he is a no-nonsense, down-to-earth, honest-to-good midfielder. The problem is that he plays for Melbourne, as I mentioned. They've had a lot of great players over the years play in their midfield, and today's current game is no different. You look at that midfield at the Melbourne Demons, and it's like, how in the world can you possibly break into that side? The thing that helps him, though, really, is that he is a defensively minded player. So whenever there is an injury in that midfield, he's pretty quick to be the next one in line to get inside, and he's also capable of playing a number of different roles. He's got some great attributes, especially physically, as well as in terms of endurance, so he can play a number of different roles for their team. However, it is pure and it's not flashy. Look at these statistics. He's elite in pressure acts, he's above average in tackles, disposals, clearances and contested possessions. All these are his averages for his career. And so you'd imagine that a non-flashy footballer playing for the Melbourne Demons probably wouldn't stand out very much at all. However, he certainly likes to play in a system. He himself isn't the star. You can't be a star playing in this way. He's a great role player, and when the opportunity presents itself to move the ball quickly in tandem with someone else, he's very happy to take that option. And you look at these two examples here of a player running by and he dishes a handball off. You can imagine him at the Western Bulldogs, him passing the ball to maybe Bailey Smith or a Bailey Dale, for example, someone running past. Could even be a Bontempelli, who they can then use their foot skills to hit a target going past. Nowadays, it's more likely to be McRae, unfortunately stuck on a wing, but we digress. Talking about these players on his new team, the Western Bulldogs, they finished 9th in 2023 with 12 wins, 11 losses, and a percentage of 108.7. In terms of the metrics, though, they were the 8th best team with an offensive rating of 9 and a defensive rating of 5th, and they were actually 4th in the competition for oldest average age of players, with each player averaging 26.5 years. Now, where the Bulldogs fell short, probably in a couple of areas that we'll highlight here today. The first being the tackles inside 50. These were the top 6 tacklers inside their forward 50. Aaron Norton, Marcus Bontempelli, Cody Waitman, Tom Liberatore, Adam Treloar, and Bailey Smith. Now, I'll give you a second or two to have a look and see what is probably most glaring about this. Only 2 of these are forwards, and the other 4 are non-forwards. They certainly need some more help with players that can apply some forward pressure in their forward 50 with some repeat efforts, because Cody Waitman fortunately has had a few injuries to his career, and Aaron Norton is the astronaut who they're investing a metric crap ton of money into. So they certainly need to get a lot more players who are capable or willing to do the hard yards and to get dirty. Adding on to that, they were 17th for pressure acts differential. They were averaging 20 less than their opposition every single game for pressure acts, and they're 8th in the competition for rebound 50s per opposition inside 50. So again, they need people that are willing to do the hard yards, get down and dirty, apply pressure, and work hard defensively to get the ball out of their backline. and they're also 12th for goals per inside 50. So you'd imagine they're being inefficient with their entries inside 50, and that's causing them to not get the number of goals that they ideally would like to get. And that's probably due to them just bombing the ball in and hoping for some individual brilliance from Aaron Norton. This is clearly not sustainable, and that's why they missed out on finals this year. So James Harmes, as an addition, he's a hard-working two-way runner. So he should help defensively when in the midfield, and then he can also help offensively when he's being used as a high half forward. And that's probably my prediction as well, that he's going to be playing a number of different roles for the team. That's a classic Luke Beveridge style of coaching, playing his players in a wide range of positions to the point where they feel like getting out of there. He will use his hard edge at times in the middle, and his work rate on a wing. And I would not be surprised if he spends most of his time though as a high half forward to fit their needs and to ensure that they can rectify some of those areas that we saw that they were being deficient in. Whilst initially at first, I must admit, this was a bit of a head scratcher for me, why the Western Bulldogs would decide to go and get James Harmes, but having gone through the research, I've noticed that, you know what, he actually could be a very decent role player to fill a need, especially if the eventuality of a Bailey Smith was to walk out the door at the end of 2024. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another episode here of the watch list where we've gone over James Harmes' move from the Melbourne Demons to the Western Bulldogs. If you liked what you've seen here today, please drop us a like. We'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. It will go a long way to helping support the channel. And remember guys, here at the Centre Bounce, we do the hard work so that you don't have to. Bye for now.